When I became a babysitter, I figured the scariest thing I'd ever have to deal with was a really, really bad diaper explosion. You know, the kind that requires a full hazmat suit. But then I met the Johnsons and their baby monitor. It wasn't one of those new fancy video ones, it was old. The kind that crackles with static and makes you jump at every little pop. They were heading out for the night and told me to keep the receiver with me in the living room while the baby slept upstairs. Simple enough, right? About 30 minutes after the front door clicked shut, the monitor on the coffee table beside me switched on all by itself. It was just a loud burst of static at first, like an old radio searching for a station. I almost turned it off, but then I heard it. A voice, a man's voice. It was soft like a whisper, and it sounded like it was coming from right next to the baby's crib. My heart just stopped. I didn't even think. I just flew up the stairs, my feet barely touching the steps. I burst into the nursery, ready for a fight, but nothing. The baby was sound asleep, not a care in the world. The room was completely empty. I checked the closet, under the crib, everywhere. Nobody was there. I let out a breath I didn't realize I was holding and started to calm down. It must have been interference, maybe a neighbor's radio signal or something. But just as I was about to leave the room, the monitor in my hand crackled to life again. This time, there was breathing. Slow, heavy, like someone was standing inches away from the microphone on the other end. And then that same man's voice whispered, so clearly it felt like he was right behind me. He said, "Don't look behind you." I spun around so fast I nearly tripped over my own feet. But again, there was absolutely no one there. The hallway was empty. I felt a cold dread wash over me. I raced through the rest of the house, checking every single room, locking every door and window I could find. Nothing. The house was secure. When the Johnsons finally got home, the words just tumbled out of my mouth. I told them everything, the static, the man's whispering voice, the creepy warning. My mom just stared at me, her face went completely pale, and she started shaking. She looked at her husband, then back at me and said, "That's impossible. Our baby monitor hasn't worked in months." Before I could even process what she'd said, the monitor on the coffee table in the living room switched itself on again, the room filled with that same deafening static. And then we all heard it, that cold, whispering voice, "I told you not to look behind you. Thanks for watching." If you liked this story, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. See you later.